We will now start exploring some commands, as we said, that are very useful to extract some information from files, like to search for given patterns, or to extract specific columns or wherever. So we're gonna start by the command grep, which is a command that allows you to search for different occurrences of a specific pattern, which can be a regular expression using the wildcards that we saw during the previous session in a given file. It can be a specific character or a specific string that you specify without using the wildcards, of course. So the structure of the grep command is the grep followed by the pattern and then followed by the file name in which you would like to search for that specific pattern. So there is another very useful command that allows you to extract specific fields from a given data file, which is the command cat, that allows you to extract specific fields or specific columns from a given data file. The syntax of cat is cat followed by options, and then it does require a file name from which we are going to extract the information. So the grep command stands for the global regular expression profile and is used again to search for a specific pattern in a given data file. The grep does output the whole line containing that pattern. So it does extract the whole line that does contain a match with the pattern you are looking for. So here, for example, if you would like to extract lines containing the pattern XXX from a given file, you will write the command grep XXX and in the specific file you would like to use. And this command will output a line that do contain the exact same pattern. If you would like to extract the lines that don't contain the pattern, you can add the option -v, and it's going to extract all the lines that do not contain that pattern. So if you combine the result of this first command without any option and this command with the option -v, you will obtain your whole file, right? As this one allows you to extract all the lines that do contain the pattern, and the second one, all the lines that do not contain the pattern. So let's consider this file example, name it gandhi.txt, and here is the content of the file. We can display, of course, the content of the file using the command cat, more or less. Here it's a very small file containing 4 different lines. And we would like to look for the pattern what in gandhi.txt. So the command we can type is grep what gandhi.txt, and the result is going to be all the lines that do contain the word what. So if we look on the file again, so the first line does contain the word what, so we find the first line here again. The second line does also contain the word what, so it's going to be displayed in the screen. And the last 2 lines do not contain the word what, so they won't be displayed. But if we add the option -v, it's going to output lines 3 and 4, because both of them do not contain the word what. I'm going to switch to my terminal and show you this example. So I've created the file Gandhi, and I think that I did create it in genomics. So here I'm in Linux, so to go to genomics I have to move 1 level up with the dot, and then access genomics. So I'm going to do no, no, it's not here. It does just contain the FASTA file. It's in IBT 2017. Let's see. Yes, so we have gandhi.txt here. You can choose to create it or not. It's just an example that I would like to show you. I'll clear my screen again to make it easier for you guys. So if I do cat gandhi.txt, you can see I copied the exact same text. And I'm going to look for the pattern what, and then I should give the name of the file. It's gandhi.txt, and here, as you can see, it did output the two first lines that do contain the word what. If we add the option -v, remember that you can always use the up and the down arrows if you would like to go to view the history of your commands. If you would like just to add an option, you don't have to write the whole command again. And here, as you can see, it did output the two last lines of the file and another white line, as I did have another extra an extra empty line in my file. You can see it here when I did display the content of my file. So -v once again does output the lines that do not contain the pattern. Let's go back to remember the files you created, genes1 and genes2. You can try to look for some patterns on those two files if you would like to. I'll do the same with my terminal, so we have a little bit more time to practice. They are under Linux and session 1, as far as I remember. Yes, they are. Genes1 and genes2 are under my session 1. It depends. They can be under session 2 in your computer, or in any other directory. You can check that. You did it during the last assignment, so check where you did create them and play with them a little bit. So I'm going to display the content of my genes1. It does contain 3 lines plus an empty line. And let's look for the pattern gene, for example. So here again, it's 3 lines plus an empty line. Okay, so it's grep, gene, and then genes1. And we have, as a result, the 3 first lines that do contain the pattern gene, right? If I add the -v, you will still see an empty line here, because remember in my file there's an extra line that is empty. Let's edit the file and have a look on the results. So it's nano, and I'm going to delete the last line, Ctrl X to exit, and yes to save. And we'll do it again. So as you see here, I removed the empty line from my file. And when I did grep -v gene in the file genes1, there is no output because we removed the empty line. So in the file there is no line, that does not contain the pattern gene. I'll show you. I'll display the content of genes1 so that you understand. So here you can see that I removed the empty line. So there is no line that does not contain the pattern gene, right? So this is why we did not have any result when we changed the file. Okay, let's go back to the slides. So we said that the cat command is a command that allows to extract specific fields from a given file, and the structure is cat followed by some options and then followed by a file name. again and again and again if you would like to have more idea about the different possible options with the command man, with the command cat. You just use the command man, and it's going to give you the different options available for that command. Some important options are the -d, which is the file delimiter. It can be a tab, it can be a semicolon, or wherever. And the -f is the field specifier. Like, let's say we would like to extract fields 2 and 3 from a given file, having space as a separator. You can do cat -d and then specify the space, and then -f 2, 3, which means that we would like to extract both fields 2 and fields 3 from a given file name. I'll go back to my terminal again, and let's try to do that. I'll clear my screen. And I'm going to do that on my file genes1. I'll try to use the option F and try to extract the first column from genes1. Okay, it didn't work because I did not specify the delimiter here in my file. So we said that the delimiter is -d and then space. And now, when I did specify that the delimiter is a space, it did recognize the different fields in my file. It did recognize the different columns in my file, and it did extract the first column in my file. Let's say we would like to extract column 2. So instead of having 1 following the -f, I'm changing for 2. And as you can see here, we got only the second column of the file, right? And I'll let you play a little bit with your different files, the different files that you have, if you would like to see and extract some specific columns. Again, if we would like to have more than a column, you can combine them by adding a comma, and it's going to extract here, for instance, column 2 and then column 1. And then they are ordered in the good order, so it's starting by column 1 and then column 2. Here, if we do, let's say, column 1 and column 3, of course you are going to have only column 1 because we don't have a third column on this file, right? So if you specify a column that is not existing in your file, it's going to output. It's not going to output it to give it as an output. It's just going to display the columns that are existing in your file.